Don't get me started.
Don't get me started. Oh, shut your mouth. Hey.
Yo.
Like, you went for a kind of a thing like that.
Yeah, I knew you would go for your traditional.
Oh, I like it.
It's good. So I thought I'd try a thing. I do that sometimes.
Yes. Yeah, it worked. Let me just sit back a little bit.
I'm just going to keep doing it until
it
it's
catches
cool,
on.
You know?
It's cool. Welcome in, everybody, to this. Let me check notes. The 77th Don't Get Me Started. Everyone dropping in. I can see Harmstone's here. Aletha's here. Joe's here. Ali's here.
Yo.
How impossible is the Impossible Burger? Well, it's right in front of us.
We're about to find out.
We're about to find out because it's in front of us now.
77.
77. Okay, one more bit each week. Will, loving it. Thanks for joining. Earlier I was in Gary's stream and I saw you were in there and they were asking for your presence and I think you might have gone off. But yeah, I saw you earlier, but you did not see me. That sounds creepier than it was intended. I feel like part of your life, Alex. It was only last night we were chilling. I know, right?
Chilling every night.
Chilling out, hanging out.
Between each of us, you can chill with us every single day of the week.
Yeah.
Of the main week, anyway. Not the weekend.
No.
Although sometimes the weekend.
Yeah, sometimes we do that. Sometimes we do a thing, yeah.
I was on all last weekend.
I was at BTW, yeah.
Weekend, so, yeah.
Oh, battery died. Yeah, I was in Gary's music stream and Willard asked for a song. And then when it came round, which was You're So Vain, I think it was, which is a really great choice. Unfortunately, you were not there to receive the knowledge that you are, in fact, so vain.
And so the song was not at all about him.
No, it wasn't. It was about me, though. I was certain of it. Yes, there are marbles, as Harmstone has proven. For the Marbs World Championship, you can drop marbles in the chat. Feel free to do that if you feel like it. There's a marble for everybody that is in a team. And in a specific team, not in the A team. And they're all like slightly different. They're not just like the same colour. They're not the same thing and then a colour.
Recoloured.
No, they're all individually done. So I love them. I think they look really cool and I'm glad to see them in the chat. How are you anyway, Jeremy?
I am good. Made especially better by the fact that this week there is no fucking around and we have food.
Yeah.
It has been delivered pre-stream, barely, and now I'm going to put it in my face. But that's how I am. How are you?
I'm good. While you're putting it in your face, I can say there's lots of stuff we're going to talk about tonight. Not least the fact a couple of weeks ago we tried the McPlant burger. And tonight, what I advertised as the Impossible Burger, which is just in front of us, is in fact just like, what do they call it? Like the plant-based Whopper or whatever they've called it. I thought the Impossible Burger was the name for all of their stuff, but actually I'm led to believe that that is not the case.
He was told by me, as he relentlessly said Impossible Whopper, that it's not called the Impossible Whopper because that is a brand.
Right, yes, I didn't know that.
Impossible Meat is a brand that we don't get in this country.
Right. I just thought when they called it the Impossible Whopper, they were just coming up with a
like,
cool...
That's impossible.
It's impossible. It tastes like... I thought they were just doing a gimmick.
Meal burgers. That's impossible.
That's impossible. So, do you want to try that now?
I do, other than I need to make a brief edit to it, because there is one small issue with the plant-based burger.
That has tomato in it.
No, it's got lettuce in it. So let us yeet that, and then...
See, that looks really good.
I'm all with you.
So it's a possible burger. Like, I got to try it because I'm hungry. Now,
so it's a possible Whopper. Yeah, well, it's definitely a Whopper. It's a possibly better than McDonald's is offering.
So the first section is us eating again.
Of course.
I'm going to try this now.
I'm quite happy with the tradition.
Now, the way I look at this, it's flame grilled. It's got a pickle in it, which means the pickle's coming my way.
The pickle is there with the lettuce.
This looks slightly better than the plant burger. So here we go.
You get independent thoughts this week. Okay. I'm going in too. Here we go. Oh, there's a fucking gherkin. Get out, gherkin. You're still there. Stubborn gherkin. Here we go.
Mukbang. I've heard this a lot in Nova Stream. People keep saying it. Is it catching on or something? Because people didn't used to really say it before. Don't tell me Nova's starting a thing.
It was already a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a thought?
It doesn't taste of nothing. I think it tastes more of burger than the other one. The plant tasted of nothing. This one actually tastes... I feel this tastes more of burger, not a real burger.
this also tastes of nothing, but it's flame grilled, so you can taste the flame grilledness.
I think that's what's happening here.
The actual burger tastes like nothing.
Yeah. I'm tasting stuff there, but it might be the flame
dripped
grilledness.
water on me.
Yeah, strip water on me. It tastes of a burger, not the burger.
Yeah.
Where do I find these spectacular marble emotes not showing up on mine? They are free. They're in follow. I didn't put them in sub yet. I'm going to get you hooked on them, then move them across.
It is better than the McPlant. I have to say that. We've put ourselves into a corner here.
Hold on, let me get you some stuff.
Right. I need to touch things. Please allow me to have the sense of touch back. Thank you, sir.
Now, I would say where the plant was a 1, this might be a 3. Or maybe a 4.
Is the scale 5 or 100? In which case, 4 out of 100 seems reasonable. No, it is better. I might.
I want to keep eating it.
I definitely wouldn't choose to eat that over this. This is the bacon double cheese XL. I would definitely eat that 100 times before I ate this. But it's fine. It's fine. I would give it a 2 if I gave the McPlant a 1, which I didn't. I gave it a nothing because it was nothing.
Yes. Let me just get myself straight and all in a row. Get myself all ready. Now, we do also have, are these the vegan nuggets? Would you like to try a vegan nugget?
Yeah, I forgot about that.
I had not. Okay, vegan nugget.
But bug it. Tandon's there.
Nope. Nope.
Now, I'm not a nugget connoisseur. I don't think I've ever had a nugget from Burger King. But they seem very flat. Like, as I hold that up to the camera, you can barely see that I'm holding anything.
Yeah, no, I'm saying, as he goes back for a second one.
No get.
No. No get, no.
I mean, I'd rather eat these than the burger, I think.
There you go, Hannah. You got it. Do you want to compare a chicken one? I don't. I could. But
Yeah.
I don't need to.
I don't need to, but if you want to give us a chicken nugget,
That's fine. We're eating here. This is the first thing we do, and don't get me started. We get started eating. And having some wine. I hope you guys have got wine. I hope you guys have got food. Hope you're enjoying it. You're settling in wherever you are, in front of the TV, in front of your computer, in front of your phone, lying in bed, whatever you're doing, wherever you choose to be. Thanks for joining us tonight. We've got lots of stuff to talk about. Do I want a nugget? I'll have a nugget.
Actual chicken nugget.
Yeah.
Our lovely assistant.
Thank you very much. Wow, that is definitely a nugget.
Look at that.
See, look at that.
That's twice the thickness.
That's incredible.
Wait, what is it?
Yeah, have one. Have one. Oh, wow, the lether appears. Quick, throw a ball at her.
Bonk.
Okay.
They haven't even...
I haven't even eaten one yet, and you're still choking.
Volume shouldn't be the problem with this.
That's definitely a nugget.
Mm.
That is not.
It
Oh my
smells funny.
Hedgehogs.
Okay, yeah, their nugs are good, and those are not. Okay. I'm glad that we did this.
I think the batter tastes more like McDonald's, which is a plus, but like the inside is...
Like, the batter is fine. It's just you bite through the batter, and then you're at batter again.
Yeah, not sold.
Letha, can you bring me some, says Ali.
Right, well, I'm just going to put the last of the vegan burger in my face, and then it's gone.
And then you never see it again. Well, welcome in to my front room again, on the sofa, as we are. Glad that everyone's enjoying the marbles. We'll get to use them again next time we marbs. Maybe we'll see if we can swing it in on a... Hey, do you know what? I might just do marbles on Tuesday instead. So maybe we'll...
The practice marbs.
Yeah, well, we haven't done marbs. I don't want it just to be only on that one day. So maybe we'll do marbles instead of Gartic. Give Gartic a rest. Those nuggets and onion rings from Burger King, is it like a mix box? Aletha, was it like a mix box of stuff?
No, I didn't get a mixed box.
Only in that she mixed it herself.
She just got loads. Yeah, she mixed it herself.
She got a box of nugs and a box of onion rings and just
Fucking
smashed the two together.
yeah, that's See, Ali can identify these things. But...
Yeah, as a connoisseur of the Burger King menu, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Buys drawing tablet. Alex stops Gartic. Am I a joke to you?
Well, he won't want to say it, but
Mm.
if the drawing tablet fits, then
Then
you
use
must
it.
acquit. Which I don't know if I managed to mix enough quotes there. I feel
Oh
like
my
that
God.
was 3. Can I top that tonight? I'm going to try.
If the glove fits, was it? You must,
Must
acquit.
acquit.
If the glove fits, you must acquit. What a catchphrase. To be honest, I thought they were nuggets from McDonald's. They did look like that. I mean, I don't know if there's much differentiation in nugs, I have to say, but there you go.
I would say
If the glove doesn't fit.
Yeah, if the glove doesn't fit, yeah.
Oh yeah, because they're saying that makes sense.
Yeah. I would say that the Burger
Not
King
quite so
nugs,
catchy.
the actual nugs, are
Yeah.
better than... I'm pointing there because Aletha took them that way. Are better than Burger King.
Oh my goodness, man.
Better than McDonald's, can't even speak. I mean, I've got Nug Fusion. And then... So the hierarchy is real Burger King nuggets, McDonald's nuggets, Burger King vegan nuggets. So...
I'm not a fan of... I'll tell you what, if you are looking for a plant burger, go to Burger King. That's all I'll say. Burger King, not McDonald's, if that's your...
Yeah,
that's
if you're going to
your
have a vegan burger, have the Burger King one. But
If you're...
why would you?
You wouldn't. But I will say that if you're the kind of person that goes with a bunch of people and you want to have the experience of like a flame grilledy thing in the same way, you'll most be covering up that shortfall most obviously. But Obama's third nipple. What's up, big pappies? Are we big pappies? I mean, only you're really
I'm
a
a big
pappy.
pappy.
You're a big pappy.
I'm a really big pappy. Yeah,
Get him-
both in the big and the pappy sense.
Yes.
You are neither big or a pappy.
I'm definitely not a pappy. Although
as
some
far
people,
as you know.
as far as I'm concerned, there might be some rogue,
Might be some little chattings out there you don't know
really
about.
tiny chattings out there. I mean,
As comes up a lot, you haven't really strapped it in too terribly across your life.
no,
So,
I've done well for myself. ABC Junior return. This may seem like it's a bit of a humble brag. It isn't even humble, but some women in the past have claimed to have
receive your semen. I knew you'd like that.
You're killing me. No. And I just something spat out of my mouth, much unlike my exes actually. But
Yeah, that's a drink.
thank you very much.
Tanner's still here. Do you want to drop some balls now,
Not
Hannah?
for long.
How about that? Apparently, all I need is a vegan burger to be on form.
Yeah, absolutely. Every our pre-show treat will be a vegan burger. I'll ask you to tell me some jokes before the stream starts, and you'll be like, "Oh, why did the chicken? Oh, I've no
weak.
idea.
So weak.
Can't do
Can't
it. Here, eat
joke.
this."
Comedy fading. Now we're in.
Now we're in. Hashtag Alex for Pope. Even Tom is disapproving. You know you've gone too far when Tom is the Borton that doesn't like it. But,
Yeah.
um,
McCann's, try my nuggets, Jez, with pleasure. McCann's, you've got muck in your name, so you must make a quality fast food product.
mukbang. Yeah, no, we should listen. I don't doubt that. Am I right in saying that McKenz likes to bake and cook? Because I swear there was something he was
think that
making.
did come
He was
up,
making
yeah.
a cake one time, so I think this is a thing that McKenz does, and that isn't just a hollow claim of trying McKenz's McNuggets. I think it's a thing. So.
McCann's did offer to make us something, I want to say.
I don't know, but anyway, this little excellent starting bit to the show was brought to you by Burger King's vegan
Stuff.
shit,
Yeah.
which we successfully had. But I think we can happily leave it all behind now.
Well,
you know what? I'm
I'm
gonna
going to eat it,
I'm gonna eat one of these things.
but it doesn't need to be the sole purpose of the segment anymore. I'll give you that. But it is a prelude, I will say, to the fact that changes are coming to Don't Get Me Started.
Yeah, they are.
When we get onto it, and I do have an idea for the thing for the beginning.
Oh yes.
Yeah, and we may record it when we're done. If you
cool.
approve of the idea.
Yeah.
But
So it should be explained a little bit more that we were discussing getting rid of "This Is Happening" because
or
Or
modifying
modifying
it
it.
heavily.
we haven't decided, but I I posited that 45 minutes of just chatting about our week was out of context with the rest of it, which is always, hey, he's going to hate. These guys are arseholes. What a load of bullshit. Put them in the sea. I hate that guy that jumped out at me at the crossing. And then there's us going, did you have a lovely week? And it seems kind of out of kilter and jarring with what we're trying to do. So there's an idea.
I think basically I've been a negative influence on the stream, and Positivity Month kind of carried in a little bit too far into the rest of the months. And don't get me started to become altogether too positive. We're going to rant more.
I'll make you boys a real meal, not this McTrash. I don't doubt it.
Love knowing about everyone's week. Well, that was the discussion, is perhaps we keep This Is Happening, but it's just the haps. And it comes later and it's not as long. And we hit the ground ranting, as it were, at the start of the show.
Yeah, I was thinking I wanted to be because it's Don't Get Me Started, I was like, your starter for 10, because you're getting started and for 10 minutes you just go... Ugh! But changing the presenters, which just dropped off the top of the stream, Ali, was really funny. And internally, while I was talking, I laughed. But not outernally. I
read it and didn't. So that's 50-50,
Yeah.
Throwing back to your earlier comment about, what if you only like one of us? Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, as long as you like
me,
half of us each, then that counts as one. If he likes the top half of you and the left hand side of me, then that's one.
Then that creates a monstrous, horrible body, because you've just given me half of a person and the top of a person. We've got one leg,
rounded up to one,
1.5 torsos. That's horrifying.
I did laugh that you did an hour and a half of This Is Happening last week. I mean, sometimes the point of it, if it might be. Oh, that light did go out in the end.
It did go out in the end.
And I changed it over.
So it's the light.
I really wish that would work.
Yeah.
I thought that would have been cool.
What did you do last time? Did you turn it off and turn it back on again?
I just went and disconnected it. Oh shit, The Undertaker's music hits.
Bong!
We haven't had this for a while.
Are you scared?
He's here. Keep talking to them, Jeremy.
Oh! They call me cowboy. I can't see the screen. And Undertaker, of course. That's why we've got shitty lighting, is because it was provided by an Undertaker rather than the Undertaker. So, ghosts aren't real, right?
I have to say, this Transformer feels super hot.
Perhaps that's why, then.
I think it is the Transformer. And that's what Aletha said straight away. God damn her. Shall I just go and take this out and put the other one in?
Yeah.
So just fuck it off and just do it on the street.
Try the other one.
Fuck it. All right, keep talking to them.
She's got to be right sometime, We discovered yesterday that she couldn't say mochi, and
I couldn't say it though.
Neither of you could. That's fine. And then today, didn't know champing at the bit was a thing.
I just want to move this over here because I can bring the other one without walking.
Yeah. So I tell you what, with what we've said in mind, shall I kick off This Is Happening and maybe receive some haps and naps, and we'll go from there. Hopefully in illumination. So prepare yourself. Drop the channel points. Not too soon, Harmstone. I'm fucking watching you. Wait for the sting to finish. This is happening.
In a world filled with haps and naps, two men have risen above to bring you This Is Happening.
Or at least this week, one man shrouded in darkness while the other one provides the other illumination. It's a moo point.
Cow's opinion.
Points for 10. I'm taking over next week. Yeah, I mean, I believe it. Oh dear, that's fucked it, isn't it?
Oh no.
Sorry, turn the light on. That'll fix it, I think. Maybe people will prefer it like this. I mean, I certainly prefer it like this. DGMS is 77 today. It is 77 plus weeks old. And we'll find out whether this light fixes anything. It certainly fixed the light.
Okay, that's good.
It certainly fixed the light. Okay, on your way past, do the oh, it fixed itself as you did that. There we go. I think we're good now. Blurry. Everyone's so blurry.
God damn it. Okay, well this tells me I'm a bit worried about. Yeah, the transformer overheats, so I might have to get one.
That answers that though. Did you bring a different light other times, perhaps?
It's always the near side one because I don't want to walk it past too far, so I always bring the same light.
Right.
Anyway,
we're back now.
Yeah. By the way,
it provided us some content.
I should just say the thing we were saying about this is happening and not using it isn't it isn't like the fact that it's how long it is. It's the fact that
it's too positive.
It doesn't really make any sense in the content. It was great because it was a segment to have. It could go on for 5 minutes or 5 hours, but the concept of it is kind of out of kilter with the rest of it. But I'm glad that you get to hear all this stuff. We get to tell us all your crazy stuff.
And people can't be curt and fit it in the box either. So
no, that's another reason to get rid of it.
Yeah. Rather than me having to redo the thing. Anyway,
how do we
share your hat.
Yes.
Harmstone says Grandad was 90.
Nobody killed each other.
Well, surely he's still 90. Otherwise, there is a nap coming along here. Grandad had his birthday. He died the next day.
I mean, that's a reaction I feel like killing myself whenever I meet Harmstone, so...
Yeah. Which we will have the pleasure of doing...
in 2 weeks' time,
very soon, in which time he'll poison us for all of the jibes that we've given him over the last...
What a way to go.
The last few months.
We'll all be watching him eat the toad in the hole first, and he's like, eat up, yummy, yummy, and we're like...
Kev, do you want to try this first? Test this out for me, will you? Tamsin, another hap. They're just going to throw out all the haps now. There will be no naps.
Good for them.
It's just going to be haps.
They've understood how it works.
Found a charity shop table to match my hand-me-down chairs.
Nice.
Perhaps the person that gave you the chairs was like, oh man, this table's too trash to give them.
Get the chairs!
I can't do it. I'll donate the table, but I'll give Tamsin the shit chairs. And now
how many
they have been reunited.
Well, actually, I can't give you my chairs because I need 2 of them at least. But anyway. DGMS is 77 today. It is. House search not going so great, says
that's
Hannah.
a nap. Yeah.
That's because you need to be looking down here in Folkestone, Hannah.
There's
you come down here.
No houses here in Folkestone.
Don't tell her that. I'll sell you this one.
There isn't.
Nap, says Aletha. I had to use the wrong kind of rice for my curry at lunch. Oh my god.
Well, that's a first world problem.
Really is.
Come on, let's have some more details. What type of rice did you have to substitute for the pilau that you should have used with your curry? If you weren't using pilau or basmati, then you were using the wrong one anyway. That's a hot take on rice.
Hey! Gary B. Lucas, no houses in Folkestone. Welcome in. Good to see you. Actually, right below you is William, who was obviously in your stream earlier. We're just talking about this, Gary. Like you wanted to play You're So Vain. I wanted to hear You're So Vain because it's so perfect for me. Really enjoyed. Can we get a little shout out for Gary B. Lucas? Because that would be wonderful. Honestly, so good. I know I'm departing from what we're talking about, but it was so good today. I was sitting doing work listening to Gary. I was like, shit, this is good. Because he was doing a mashup between Tori Amos and Alanis Morissette, and I didn't even know the Tori Amos song, and I was like,
I didn't know they were different people.
They are different people.
They were the same person.
And I went and listened to the Tori Amos song and went, oh shit, now I have to listen to it and find the lyrics. So I just fell in love with that song. So it was really, really cool. Thanks for dropping in, Gary.
Toranis.
You're trying to put Tori Amos and Alanis Morissette.
And failing miserably. Which
Gary
is probably why they separated them out and let them be different people, because you can't portmanteau that shit.
Gary is a big fan of both of them, both those artists.
Well, of course they are. They're the same person.
But like I've always, you can really tell from the love in his voice and the tone of the voice of Alanis Morissette when he sings it is super, super Alanis Morissette. Yeah.
So I'll show myself out.
See
it's
you
been
later.
real for this guy to prick.
So hat for me, I went into Gary's stream today, and so should you. Not today.
I'm going to have to go there now to make up for my Alanis Morissette hate.
Outrageous. He's only up the road. He'll come down the M20.
Is he?
He'll punch you in the face with his fist, I guess. Tori and Alanis, the same person. For the love of all that's good and holy.
Which is ironic, being that Alanis Morissette or Tori Amos, I don't know, that I can't discern them, played God in something.
In Dogma.
Yeah, there you go.
I like what you're saying. It's nice. It's good.
Some knowledge.
It was. I knew where you were going.
It was half of a fact. Dropped awkwardly. Fumbled, if you will.
Drop your Alanis Morissette / Tori Amos quotes in the chat. Make Gary feel better.
Yeah. I tell you what, put some quotes in the chat. Don't attribute them, and I'll try and guess whether it's Tori or Alanis Morissette.
Is it Tori? Is it Alanis?
Let's
in a
play.
new segment we call Tori or Alanis.
And this is where we'd play a sting. If we had one.
Was it Tori or was it Alanis?
I mean, you say that really now, but as soon as we start playing it and I get every single one wrong, you're going to want to smash your head into that door and not walk through it.
It's a fabulous game. I reckon I could play it. I just kind of want to see.
Excuse me, or can I be here for a while? Okay.
Excuse me.
I mean, I've got a 50-50 shot, right?
Yeah, you're either going to be right or wrong.
Exactly. That's how odds always work. I'm either right or I'm wrong.
Oh, man,
Right?
Gary, I know how to look at Gary will play the game for us. Everyone can join in.
So I'm going to say
Yes.
that is an Alanis Morissette.
I think it is Alanis Morissette. I think it's Alanis Morissette. Can you confirm for us, Gary, if it is Alanis Morissette or if it's Tori Amos? It's shit.
Well,
the thing is, that sounded like a line from an Alanis Morissette song.
In truth,
do you know what? I didn't agree with you until just that moment.
in truth, we were both right because as we've established, they're the same person. Therefore, what is Tori is Alanis. What is Alanis is Tori. Everybody wins.
It sounds like what is Alanis is Tori. What is Tori is Alanis. Amen. I thought when I read that, it sounded a bit like a lyric in the back of my mind that was Alanis, but I think I might have just been confused. Okay, easy one.
Right,
easy one.
yes.
This is better. We don't have to do this segment ourselves.
Is this like Stream Raiders easy?
I want you to know that I'm happy for you.
Thank you for not doing the cadence. It wouldn't have mattered. I don't know either of them.
Okay.
Do you I'm going to go 2 for 2.
Yes.
In that he's probably...
Don't overthink this.
I am overthinking it. No, I'm going to go with Alanis Morissette once again.
I'm going to go also with Alanis Morissette. It's like rain on your wedding day.
Correct. Thank fuck for that.
Do you know? I feel like we should just do one more. Have you got one more in you, Gary?
Bring it up.
You probably have better things to do, but you're doing this now.
Yeah, and then we'll go back to the right. I was never a cornflake girl. That's classic, 100% classic Tori Amos. That is. Without a shadow of doubt in my mind, unequivocally, that is Tori Amos. And of course, being the discerning expert I am in the two distinct and separate people that are Tori Amos and Alanis Morissette, I am fucking right. And I'm going to have some burger to celebrate.
You are right.
That's not the first time I've been told I'm right tonight. And I'm going to frame each of the moments and put them on my wall.
Thank you very much, Gary B. Lucas. You can have this sort of game he'll be playing on his stream next week. He'll be running this exact same segment. We previewed it here tonight, but if you want to see more of that, then just follow Gary. Go and see his music. His music is secondary to this wonderful segment. Then suddenly he blasts out show tunes. I don't know what you want. Quiz and a show. What more do you fucking want? Run, don't walk.
Ranting.
To the clicky finger.
That's what I would like. So I'll be sure to turn up next week to
Gary, you've got to. You have to now.
That ranting.
And what you should do is put one more in there that's like Lisa Loeb, but it's like, she says, I only hear when I want to. And he'd be like, I'm pretty sure this isn't Tori Amos or Alanis Morissette. It's like, no, it's Lisa Loeb.
I don't know who that is either, but I do know that song. I don't care for the people in the music. I just like the music.
It's a fucking great tune. I learned it on the guitar, so it's like do-do-do, do-do-do, do-do-do. Anyway, that's the only song I know in that. I think.
Is it? I thought that was Marge's rendition of When Do Birds Suddenly Appear when trying to get herself a doorbell in the episode in which Homer Simpson becomes a trucker.
I haven't seen that episode, but it does sound like it.
Da-da-da, da-da-da. Da da da.
That's actually,
Right.
that sounds like the Song of Storms from Zelda. Epona's song is do 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 do. Oh, I need to go for a run. Will you still be here in half an hour? You better believe it.
Yeah, we'll probably still be in This Is Happening in half an hour.
I know, right? Much to our chagrin. Yes, we still have burgers. Actually, I've still got the entire pretty much of my.
I'm working on it, but
We tried, Gary, and anyone who's just joining us, we tried the plant-based Whopper. We had half a plant-based Whopper each, and we thought it was marginally better than the McPlant, and the McPlant is shit. And we've also tried the vegan nuggets, and these are fucking terrible. Oh my god.
I mean, they're not terrible. They're edible,
I mean,
but
yeah, but I mean, edible was the basic level, entry level, wasn't it?
yeah, it was. Yeah. Okay, now I'm trying to find about rice gates. I'm scrolling up, can't find the information. There it is. Right, I had to use long grain. Usually use basmati, and this is the important bit.
Yes.
You're right, Jez.
Oh, ha!
Yeah, I mean long grain's fine.
There
It's
are,
not like you had to have Mexican rice with your curry or something. That would be weird.
look at this. There are quite a few houses in Folkestone. I'm in one right now. Now listen, imagine this. Imagine Hannah moves in with Tamsinaki in like an amazing sitcom-based
I know
experience.
for a fact that Tamsinaki's got a spare room.
And then she's just very close to where I used to live, which will be nice for Hannah because she probably has fond memories of that road, if not that house, or they do look very similar. So imagine that. Tamsinaki and Hannah, it would be like, you know when sitcoms are like the original Odd Couple, one's like chalk and one's like cheese, one likes wine and then the other doesn't like wine, and like, but unfortunately in this case it'd be like these two women
You should write jingles.
are both friends
That was
and they
flawless.
like wine and it's really great. And then they'll be just like, do you want some? And the open episode would be like, hey Hannah, have you had a hard day? Yes, I have. Would you like some wine? Yes, so would I. Do 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 do.
Let's all listen to Alanis Morissette or Tori, Amos, who can tell.
Oh dear, Millie Moo, welcome in.
Long grain is for chili. It's Mexican. Is it? Okay. I will defer to your rice knowledge and your wine knowledge, but to a lesser extent.
Jez is usually right, apart from about dogs. Where did that come from? Do you not know anything about dogs? I thought it was me that didn't know anything about dogs.
No, I don't like dogs.
Oh, you don't like dogs. Me and Tamsinaki are a fucking dream team. Yeah, right?
No.
Exactly. I'd watch it, says Joe. We'd
Make it
film
so.
it. Let's film it. We can film an episode when she's next down.
Yeah. Again, as long as you write the jingle.
Yeah, I can write the jingle.
Write the theme tune, sing the theme tune,
yeah.
perform the theme tune.
That was kind of like geese like, well, I can't remember, it was like, ducks like something, geese love ganders, everyone else likes Ned Flanders. Not me. Everyone that counts loves Ned Flanders. And I think that's the tune that I've got there.
Yeah.
Hannah and Tamsin, Tamsin and Hannah. Do. I know, we'll work on it. We'll work on it. Can someone animate the jingle? And it's just you two. I think Hannah rides in on a horse and Tamsinaki's doing some crocheting. And like, Hannah rides the horse through the window and she's in the middle. It's like, now I'm going to have to crochet another window. Canned laughter.
if you just want them bobbing backwards and forwards, I'm all over that shit. I can do that.
If you need bobbing back and forth,
then I'm your guy. If you want any kind of elaborate animation, I am not your guy.
no.
Maybe Tom. Tom seems to have got into the animation.
Tom will nail it. So listen, we've got so many great segments for other people's things. We've got Gary's amazing, is it Tori or is it Alanis? He can make that really hard for his stream because his stream's like really switched on and they'll enjoy that. And now Tamsin and Hannah's.
I mean, I expect from what I obviously have not listened to him, but I expect from what you all say that he has the talent level to be able to sing Alanis Morissette as Tori Amos and vice versa.
He did a mashup today of two of them
throw
together.
people off.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely he can. He can do that. Let's
go back to the hats.
Blurry.
And the nips. Yeah. So that's how far behind we are. That was when we didn't have light and you were doing that.
Right.
So we were blurry. We're not blurry now.
Who's blurry now? Yes, I was.
Oh, thank you for leaving me a nug.
You're welcome.
I was almost disappointed to not be able to eat the shit thing.
Hap, for me, I went to see, and this is mainly because I can talk about it a bit more, but we talked about it on the stream the other day. Hap, I went to see Dear Evan Hansen. Nap, the lead singer's voice was both good and bad, and I only mention this now because Gary asked me earlier when I was in his stream. It's easier for me to talk to him when it's my stream than the other way around.
So his singing was a vegan nug.
Singing was a vegan nug. It was a bit like that. It promised so much, but he could hit the high notes and he couldn't hit the middle notes. It was really weird. So when he was going up through Waving Through a Window, as soon as he got to the belter, he could belt it, but he couldn't build it, which is, what he couldn't do.
And as we all know, if you build it, they will come.
That's true. And he could not, he was in the middle. He was okay with some of the other songs in it, but it was largely the big one at the beginning that he couldn't do. And his acting was pretty good.
So nobody came.
No, nobody came. I just think the whole performance was, I don't think anyone should be running to the Dear Evan Hansen in West End. I think there's lots of things you might prefer.
Yeah, you could probably get a train or something, or a taxi.
Is that the new?
There's no need to run.
New Phil and Kirsty program. Belt it or build it. That's it. You either belt it or you build it. And he could belt it, but he could not build it. And I felt bad because I know that song quite well, as I know that Gary does, and probably various other people in the stream know. Waving Through a Window. And when I'm feeling like, oh no, that was a bit flat. And as I said the other day, I'm not a Duncan the singer. I can tell when a note's flat, generally speaking. And normally I'll just forgive it. But this time I was like, what was that?
You're discerning, but not fully technically discerning.
Yes, and I'll also normally give the benefit of the doubt. So those three things wrapped up means I'm likely to be like, yeah, sure. But it didn't pass the, yeah, sure. It didn't get as far as a, ooh. So there you go. But the overall musical was good. It was, and actually, as songs, as they went through, I felt they were good. But I don't think it was like banger, 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 banger. I think it was banger, 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 and then a few repeats. But also what I'd say, and I don't really want to slate it, but the kind of storyline is pretty straightforward. So, but the staging looked amazing. So there you go. Please, Alex, say you've watched Treasure Planet. I have not
you can
watched.
say it.
I have watched Treasure Planet. Thank you, Jez.
There you go.
You'll Be Found was really good. And what I'll also say about it is like the staging where they're projecting things was really good. But I've seen the curious incident of the dog in the nighttime, and the way they project things all over and their staging is phenomenal. And that is the bar at which point you need to hit. And I think if you're a major West End production and you have the capabilities, you should be hitting that sort of level. And so when they didn't, I was like, so there you go. So that standard is what I'd hoped for projection, because they had all these things. I know we're getting into it. They had all these things that move.
That's fine. Every time you talk,
you can have them food.
I'll see.
They can project all these Facebook feeds and Instagram feeds and stuff, and that looked really cool. But there was just it was good, but it wasn't curious incident good, and that's kind of. So do you know what I mean? It's great, but it just kind of in each section misses the mark a little bit. And there you go. I think that's reasonable, but I did enjoy it.
Confused me for a moment there.
I did.
Talking about the projecting of Facebook and Instagram feeds, I was like, man, they've really modernised Curious Instant. And then I realised you were not talking about Curious Instant.
No.
About Dear Evan Hansen.
Everything that happens in Dear Evan Hansen gets like everyone talks about it in the high school. So like everything's happening is like everything. Did you hear? This is happening. Everyone's tweeting each other and shit. So it's this verve of what's going on.
This is happening. Don't they know that's trademarks?
They should know that.
Royalties.
Went on for a lot longer than this segment, I can tell you that.
Give me time.
What are we eating tonight? Ashley, we ate the plant-based Whopper. We thought it was okay. And the vegan nugs, which were basically also bad. Will we ever find a vegan thing that's good? Answer, no.
No.
And yeah, I really want to see Curious Incident. I should say, if any of you are watching this and going, what is Curious Incident of the Dog of the Nighttime? It's a book and you should read it because it's really good. But if you've got that far and said, yes, Alex, I know it's a book. It's also an award-winning National Theatre-based play that went into the West End and then toured everywhere. And is incredible. And again, run, don't walk to see Curious Incident because it's an incredible show. One of the best stage productions I've seen. Really, really, really good.
But as far as the book is concerned, if you have anybody in your life that is autistic, I would definitely recommend reading Curious Instant for an insight into that.
It's brilliant.
That world.
Really, really good.
Very, very good.
And from page to stage, as it were, a really faithful conversion. Very accurate, which is hard to do. Really hard to do. But that's a really great example of one to the other, because adaptations don't always land like that, but this one lands like nothing else. And absolutely nailed on. And people say I don't like things. Absolutely nailed on.
Mostly me that said you don't
Mostly
like
me. I took Captain Brilliant to see Curious Incident at Marlow,
right.
and he loved it. He absolutely adored it.
I should probably utilise the Marlow a bit more.
You should, because it's fucking brilliant.
And it's over there. It's not far.
Pepsi Max and wine. If someone wants to drop me some wine emotes, I'm too far away to do it.
Pepsi Max and burger. It's a good Friday night.
Last Friday night. Oh, you owe us a drink for invoking the name of Captain last night. Cheers. What red wine are we on? It's a Caran.
It is the sweet baby Ray's.
Do you know what?
Sauvignon.
I'll find out what it is, because then I can get some more of it.
My eating of the food doesn't work if you walk away.
Oh, sorry.
You've got to distract them here.
I'm back.
There you go.
Yeah, it's a Côte de Rhône. It's a French wine, and I'm having some more of it, frankly.
You're going to drink it completely Côte de Rhône. Doesn't matter. He tried. He
This
swung.
is quite the sofa. You should come down and hang out, Gary. You're not that far away. Come down to Folkestone. We'll all chill out.
Come down and be a guest on Don't Get Me Started.
Yeah, you could be sitting right on this sofa.
We can do live Tori or Alanis.
Hey, listen, we'll get Gary down. He can play his guitar right here. We can have like a live kind of live lounge
He
thing.
can record us a sting.
Yeah,
That'd be good.
yeah.
Yeah.
You can keep taking the piss out of Tori Amos, because I'm
He
sure
can
he's
punch
going to
me in
love
the
that.
face and Jeff Jarrett style smash his guitar over my head.
That's right. Get him a fake guitar. He puts his guitar behind there and he drags the fake one and smashes you. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Imagine the people that don't know that what we've just planned is going to exist. I'd be up for it. We'll do it. Fuck, that's the end. It's like,
That'll be
he
the
comes
end.
in and goes, listen, I've had enough of your bullshit, right? I can take only so much. They're great artists. And you're like, no, like, sorry, I really mean it. I said, no, enough is enough. And he goes on like that. And then he smashes you in the face with a guitar. It would be brilliant. You guys will know it's going to happen, but some people... One person won't know. Like, Jaeger will come in.
Forget everything we just said. Nothing's happening.
Honestly.
Nothing happened.
What amuses me more is if we did it exactly as we've just said. Like, with no alterations to the script.
Have you ever been hit over the head with a guitar?
Have I? No, I've not. Have you?
I have.
Was it by Jeff Jarrett?
It was not. It was by a rotund gentleman who was nicknamed Pie. Not the most inspiring nickname, but there it was. And yes, he full out smashed me over the head with a guitar, and the guitar did not break.
How was your head?
Not good.
Can I ask, what had you done or said to Pi to prompt him to hit you? Or are you completely blameless? There's a prelude beach to this.
I think we were just generally dicking around and just talking about wrestling, doing wrestling stuff, and yeah, he just hit me with a guitar. It just went thonk over the top of my head, and I had a headache for the rest of the night. So I just drank more, and then walked home the 8 miles from his house to mine.
8 Mile. Jing, 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 jing.
That was the noise that was ringing in my ears constantly.
You only had one shot
I
to
did.
your head.
I had several shots.
Good God Almighty! Pi with a guitar shot. The Honky Tonk Man. Yeah, he had a guitar. Did he ever hit people with a guitar? Was it just,
no, he just pretended to be Elvis.
He just
with
had
it.
pretend. Yeah, that's right.
Don't get me guitarded.
Guitarted.
That sounds like something else.
What a shame, says McKenz. Is the guitar okay?
The guitar was fine. Yeah, it was played subsequent to it reaching my skull.
You better. It's the guitar equivalent of Alex throwing a Pokeball at Mon's heads last night. Every time I threw a Pokeball last night, it's so satisfying, like to bean some fucking Starly in the back of the head. Donk like that. I just love it.
Yeah.
Nothing never gets old hitting poor defensive creatures with a massive plastic ball.
And we'll just clip that bit. Not the context before.
Royal
or
Rumble
after.
2000X. Didn't he get hit over the head with it and eliminated straight away? I think that's right. I think he comes in and just gets fucking... You're a bit of a Royal Rumble aficionado. Does that ring any bells?
It does.
It definitely reminds...
It wouldn't be 2000. I would want to say... Oh, maybe when he did this a one-off. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, sorry. The Honky Tonk Man is not high on my wrestling knowledge.
Now he's
don't
bringing out all the hits, playing all the hits.
Rate the guy. But I would, at a guess, I would say 1996.
Now, can I say, are we kind of done with this is happening.
I don't know. We've kind of not done most of them.
Do you want to move on to a different segment? Because I'd like to hit a sting and
I mean, I think I'd like to discuss this first.
driving instructor fired me. What? Oh man, did you ring up that?
I mean,
driving
you're
instructor?
probably bringing this up in the wrong place, Joe. I mean,
The driving instructor fired you. What? Why did they fire you? Fired you? How can
2001. That's my favourite Rumble. How did I not fucking remember that? Sorry.
Yeah,
Carry on.
hey, listen, you can talk about it on your stream. Do you do a stream about wrestling?
I don't. That's not true. I do. Every Tuesday, 4 p.m. UK time.
No, negotiate contract terms with Gary. We'll listen. Our people will talk to his people.
Yeah.
By which I mean I will talk to him.
We've already given away the entire segment on stream. We're not going to do a live negotiation at the same time.
The bottom line is, I feel confident in saying Gary will be sitting on this sofa at some point in 2022 playing some sweet fucking tunes, and you're going to dig it. Contracts will be signed in blood. Contracts will be signed like a wrestling contract signing, that where something kicks off. I feel really good. I'm glad we're sorting this shit out. It's really great. I don't really want to get into it, but driving instructor fired me. It does suggest that maybe the driving instructor felt they couldn't do anything more for Joe. Why not give him an extra?
Beyond saving. I can no longer help you.
I figured why not give him an extra reason to feel smug? Don't give Jeremy.
Me?
Yes, you.
I mean, I'm not going to rub it in. I'm not that big a prick. And you're going to try again, so that
you are going to try again.
That flies in the face of everything I'm saying. So
I know
what I think.
I know a great driving instructor. Unfortunately, that person is that person got me to learn to drive.
I thought you were going to say, unfortunately, that person is dead.
It might be dead. I don't think they are dead. I would have heard about it. I'd have driven to that guy's funeral.
I'll teach you to drive, Joe.
Yes. I went from being unable to drive to being the incredible driver that you see today. Patient. Anyway.
And many more.
And many more things about driving.
Okay, now I feel like we are ready to move on.
Do you want Tifu?
Sure, we can do that. Light them up.
Let's do it. This is a segment that I love to look at because it's brilliant, and we call Today I Fucked Up.
It was at this moment that Nathan knew he fucked up.
That was a loud-ass motorbike. Did you hear that motorbike come through the microphone? That was loud.
I did hear it.
Like you were talking at the same time, so I feel like it probably came through the stream as well, but that was loud as shit.
I can still hear it going. It's the fucking wagging your fucking shitty ass Domino's bike around the fucking Folkestone. Streets of Folkestone.
Anyway, Today I Fucked Up is the segment.
This would be annoying, right?
She's getting your revenge, aren't you?
Revenge.
Today I Fucked Up is the segment in which we take stories that are told on Reddit of times in which people have fucked up and they want to share their story about it. Often, not today.
This segment has now finished.
Trying now, motherfucker.
It's finished. Fries, motherfucker. I like it when they're doing it.
Well, it's not going to happen now.
Wow, Jez is fun. Full control.
Now, oh no, my burger's in the way. Hang on. So, today,
Today I fucked up.
by leaving the naps on far too late.
Some people fucked up, and they're on our list right here.
Yeah, so today I picked one that I think is true, and two that I absolutely do not
Oh, are there three?
are true. There are three, yeah.
you got
because
two?
I've got two short ones that I don't think are true. Yours is the one I think, fine, maybe. These two are utter bullshit, and that is what I would like to discuss.
Okay, so now, which one do you want to do first?
Let's do the real-ish one first.
Jess. Good enough. Do you know Millie? She came in before.
I am familiar with Millie. I think I pissed her off, much like everybody that comes into your stream.
Jess, my mother is watching the stream. Do not show the middle finger. Can you get your mother to get her own Twitch account and then sign up and support us both?
Yeah. Yeah.
Jez.
That's two now. She watched Alex yesterday and was like,
he's Zed?
or whatever it was, Tuesday.
Zed like that.
Like he's fine. He's better than those dickhead what's the game? Minesweeper.
Minesweeper.
Those fucking
It's a
Minesweeper
3D
guys.
world where
Fucking
I
always
tried,
hit
but
with
she
the
can't
bomb.
figure out. She doesn't. No, that's the end of that.
This is where you come in.
You got to show.
Oh, person of youth.
I believe the children are our future. You know,
Regrettably, but
she
it's
doesn't
true.
trust Twitch, but yet here we are. Well, hello, Millie's mum. If you are truly watching us, you're very welcome here. Please have a nice time. Settle in.
At what point did you join? That's the next question. And yeah,
This is an 18+ stream. I'll remind everybody at home.
I'm just gonna.
Required to.
And I'm not sure 18 even really begins to cover it.
So you know, we may never see Millie again after these stories, but
Fair warning, you have been warned. The following segment is rated
18+.
R for really shouldn't be here
For risque.
if you're under 18. Now,
now
go for it.
that all said,
I'm gonna eat some chips.
today I fucked up by finding my mom's profile in a kink group. Today I fucked up by finding my mum's profile in a kink group, which I haven't read any further, but I presume is a forum where people like Ray Davies' favourite 60s band, The Kinks, famous band. But I don't know. We haven't got any further than that.
They did not. No, this is the true one.
I have parental
Stay
eyes
with it.
watching me.
Stay
well,
with it.
parents love me, so it's all going to be great. Backstory. I have been in the kink BDSM community for about 6 years. Last year, I moved back to my hometown.
All right, you said kink group. My mother needs me to leave stream. I'm going to go watch Camp Rock. Sorry.
Do you know what? That's amazing.
Did I not?
Please let that be I just love...
Did I not say?
There's one mother on Twitch looking after her daughter.
All the other ones are like, yes.
Yeah, watch what you
Yeah,
want.
my parents are watching. It's totally fine. Yeah. And
What
we're
can
like,
I say?
shit, cunt bugger. And like, yeah, their parents are fine with that. They're right there. They were completely fine with it. Yeah. Yeah. Hooray for parental consent. Good choice, Millie Moo's mom. I wouldn't want my kid here either.
No, I would not want my kid here, wherever she may be. So,
It's a he, actually. It's Alex Jr.
I give zero shits.
Clearly.
And that's what got us here in the first place. Today I fucked up by reading out a Today I Fucked Up in front of Millie's mother. Too long didn't read. Anyway. And yet I'm here. You're an adult. You... If Alex had a kid, of course it would end up with his name. For fuck's sake. If people don't know, this is a reference to me relentlessly using my own name in live-action roleplay when I could pick any other name, and I just call myself Alexander. My current character in Empire and in CP are both called my own name.
You're the John Cena of acting. He just calls himself John in everything.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
Or what's his name? Ray Romano?
Ray Romano? I don't think I know.
Remember That's Raymond?
Oh yes, that does ring a bell.
He's Raymond and everything.
Today I fucked up by finding my... Are we okay now? Is everybody here? Pick Alan. I couldn't have done.
understood that reference.
Actually... Oh, no, I'm thinking of something else. I thought I was... God bless little Alec, wherever he is, wherever he might...
No, that kid's definitely not mine.
By the way, if I had a
Doesn't
kid...
talk
If I had a kid, they'd be like 21 by now. So...
Well, it depends when you had it.
21 years ago?
Then they'd be 20 now.
Well, I mean... Would they not be?
It takes like almost a year to conceive it and stuff.
Oh, yes, there's that as well. Got to take these things into account. See, this is why I don't understand how it works. Or can count.
I mean, maybe Millie Moo is actually your daughter, and that's how she stumbled here.
Do you know
Much
what?
in a Barney to Bob Barker kind of way. It's like, oh, put on the TV, watch your dad. Dad can look after you for a little
That
while.
would be just such an incredible twist.
It would.
In fact,
They would definitely have to come and join us on the sofa one day.
Anyway,
Should we start again?
Start again.
Today I fucked up by finding my mum's profile in a kink group. I think I see where this is going. Backstory. I have been in the kink BDSM community for about 6 years. Last year I moved back to my hometown and joined an online, location-specific kink group with my partner to try and get involved in the local community. Some people join the Amdram community, but not me. My proclivities were outed to my family by an ex-dom a few years ago. How did that happen? My proclivities were outed to my family by an ex-dom. Did they just come round to the house and go, knock, knock, knock? Yeah, your daughter's super submissive. But...
Isn't that how DOMs work?
Like, what, they kind of take over their life?
They take over the control, like, yeah, so I'm going to tell your mother that you're a sub. All right, yeah, cool.
How old are you two now? We're both going to be 36 this year. I quite like this. But then they all know. But we never really talked about anything past the "Are you safe at home?" level conversation. Or this is what the family's thinking. We never had a conversation beyond "Are you safe at home?" level. I stupidly got a tattoo for him, "Daddy" on my ribs.
Thought you'd like it.
I got it. Daddy on my ribs. On my ribs. The suggestion of the tattoo is not on the body, but like on the ribs. How is that even? Like on my ribs. How thin is she that she can see the ribs? Like, listen, I want it on my ribs. You don't just want it on your like torso. No, on the ribs.
Etched into the bone.
Etched into the bone.
So that if a child comes along, they can do one of those, like, rub the crayon on it kind of thing.
Yeah, like a brass
and a bit of
rubbing.
paper.
Yeah.
And it comes through.
This detail.
Oh, hang on. Presumably on the skin over her ribs. Thanks, Armstone. Thanks.
Oh.
That was unclear.
Good.
So glad you're here to put us
resolve that shit.
To put us straight on that.
This detail is important. It's also helpful to note my mum is more of the "I'm a cool mum" variety than a traditional parent. Lots of oversharing and loose boundaries for what is appropriate. This past summer, I helped set my mum up with a Tinder account for the lols. She had recently gone through a breakup and was looking for some fast attention to help waste time during recovery from surgery. There's a lot of shit to unpack there. There's a lot of shit to unpack.
I set up a Tinder for my mum so that she could get railed big time to get over a relationship.
etched into the lungs.
so that she too could have something etched to her insides.
Has anyone here had a tattoo on their ribs? Show of hands. It's a polite way of saying "under my tit." Sex is the best medicine. It is.
I've got you
under my ribs. Sex is the best medicine. Wait, that's not the phrase. No, it's laughter is the best medicine. And when it comes to me, they may well be
laughing
all
the way to the bank.
So, yes, whilst it hasn't got into exactly what happened, presumably at one point the mum has split up from the dad to the point that then she had an ex, because she said you recently gone through a breakup, and you presume that if it was a breakup with the father, she would mention that and clarify that. So she's broken up again, at least once. And then she's gone to hospital, and while she was in hospital, while she'd been recovering from surgery, she said, "I'll set you up with Tinder." A few days later, while she was swiping through, she mentioned she noticed a lot of men in the area looking for a no-strings, ethical, non-monogamous, dom-sub situation. Can I just say, by the way, the number of times I was on Twitter when I was on Twitter, that level of detail was never forthcoming. It was
by
always
Twitter, he means Tinder.
Did I say Twitter?
You did.
Oh, well, okay. Yeah, I tried it on Twitter.
This is why you never got anywhere.
They banned me straight.
You were on the wrong fucking app.
It wouldn't swipe.
It wouldn't even swipe.
It wouldn't swipe from left to right. Yeah, when I was on Tinder, it was just a bunch of women saying, "Listen, I've got a kid, so if you don't like that, swipe left." And trust me, I never read to the end of that sentence. It's like,
if you've got a kid, swipe way ahead of you. Way ahead of you.
My boy's my world, my kid's my world, my girl's my world, and I'm like, if you say my girls are my world one more time, I swear to God, I'll reach through the fucking Tinder.
I mean, if they've got kids, at least you know they put out.
My girls are my world, my kids are my world, and if you don't, whoop. So anyway, so the fact that they've got this much detail in there is incredible.
One of them could be yours.
Maybe. You wanted Titter.
Jez, goddamn. I was just waiting for someone to bite on that.
That's what I said when I was on Tinder, but never happened. Anyway, she noticed she ran into the area a lot of no strings, ethical, non-monogamous, dom-sub situation, and she, disgusted, said, "Why is everyone only looking for hookups? It's so gross. Why are all of these guys into kinky shit and nothing normal and vanilla?" She furiously...
40F seeks missionary. Full stop.
And I said, "That's probably why you don't have any sex, because you won't do that crazy shit." She didn't say that, but she probably should have. She furiously added to her bio, "Every delicious dessert begins with a vanilla base." I'm not convinced that's necessarily true, but anyway, I like it.
Also, I'm not convinced that doesn't come off as a little bit racist. Unintentionally,
Yes.
I'll grant you, but it does. When I read it, I was like, "Oh, and this is where she
because vanilla is
got
white,
called
yeah.
a racist, right?" But no, I mean, that wasn't the thing.
But this sort of level of detail is interesting, really, because I don't know that anyone would ever refer to it like that. But yes, she does say vanilla in differentiation from like any like more exciting and adventurous sex acts. But anyway, in an effort to
Also, vanilla is a flavour.
yes,
Like, people need to stop using vanilla as to say bland. You've got a perfect example. They just want some McPlant sex. That's what they want. Some plain old, simple, no strings,
McPlant
sex.
Give it to me like McPlant. I'll lie here like a
I don't
McPlant.
even feel it at all. Like it made no effect on me whatsoever.
No impact whatsoever.
Like I didn't even eat a burger or get fucked.
If you would describe your sexual ability and prowess in the way of a burger,
Oh, that's a fantastic question.
yeah, do you know what?
I would probably say
Yes.
it's, and most of you aren't going to know this burger. It's the stacked greasy monstrosity that we get from Folkestone Kebab, which is 2 quarter pounders, kebab meat, an egg, burger sauce.
Man, you're like one with everything.
Everything.
You're doing fucking everything in there.
Everything in a bun. That is my sexual experience.
Yeah.
You're a stacked greasy monstrosity. Exactly. Yeah. And there's an egg in there, which is also like, it speaks to the sex part. There's eggs in that too.
I think I'd be a big tasty. So,
Is that because you're not always on the menu and you only come once in a while?
and my sauce is delicious. So,
And you order it without gherkins.
Listen, I could have said Whopper, right? No, didn't reach for that.
But you did ask the question, knowing exactly where I would take it.
Oh, yeah.
And how far I would take it. Please look upon my field of fucks and see that it is barren.
See that it is barren. The stream therapy. Big tasty, no pickles. That's it. That's exactly it. Well, no, not for me.
Nobody wants
pickle.
the taste of pickle when they're giving it large, do they? Nobody.
If you want to share in the chat what kind of burger would you be in bed, let us know. Dodeca cheese drum. This is why no one should invite their mum to watch you reprobate. I think that everyone except for my mum should definitely come along to this. I mean, all our mothers have had sex. Why do we get it? Like,
that's kind of how that thing works.
It doesn't matter.
There wouldn't be your mum otherwise.
No.
My mother watched the first episode of Don't Get Me Started, in which I regaled the story of my 18th birthday and vomiting and shitting myself. She didn't watch another one.
Nope. Mike Harmstone, your mother had sex. Aletha, your mother had sex. Tamsin, your mother had sex. Your father, my sister-in-law, had sex. Nirvana, just a band. Sex Pistols, just a band. Right, so anyway...
Maybe Tifu is the long segment.
Our viewers just dropped by 4.
No, it didn't. It's risen by 3. I watched that shit closer than you.
I don't really pay any real attention. My mother is a virgin, says McKen. My mother is the Virgin Mary. Mate, that is a claim to fame. Are you saying you're Jesus, McKen's?
McKen's got Athelstan, which means nothing to anybody that hasn't seen Vikings.
No, it did not.
I've muted this for my sanity, but the chat out of context is spectacular.
La 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 la. It's okay. It's okay, Hannah. You can come back now. Come back.
I'm a double cheeseburger, says Welsh Nana K. Bam! Come on, love it. That is a classic. Classic. Knows what she wants. Gets in there. Yeah, love it.
Yeah. My mother-in-law, ladies and gentlemen.
Right. Yes. She furiously added to her bio, every delicious dessert begins with a vanilla base. In an effort to educate her, I think she meant this, but it's actually kind of the wobbly hypheny lines. In an effort to educate, I mentioned the possibility that there's a lot more people involved in alternate relationships and lifestyles than she might be aware of, and maybe to consider having an open mind rather than immediately shit-talking.
Few more people than you might be aware of,
This was my first mistake. Fast forward a few months, and she starts seeing this guy. He recently moved here to be closer to family. Seems interesting and attentive to her. The siblings and I meet him, and everything seems great. Super happy for her. Today, my mum needed a ride home, which took about 40 minutes because the roads are bad, snowstorms and such. And I'm an anxious driver, so in an effort to keep the conversation lighthearted, I asked how things were going with the new guy. She stream of consciousness gave me the rundown, ending in that she had recently done some research and realised that kinky and dom-sub relationships really aren't that different from normal relationships, just with a lot more conversation around consent, boundaries, limits, some additional props, and a negotiated power exchange.
Which was the working title of Elvis Presley's A Little Less Conversation. Couldn't make it fit the tune.
Did not work. They had to cut some bits out.
Had to mix it up a bit.
I have to say, thanks Wikipedia, but anyway, I was sceptical, but I took the bait, validating her thoughts with, yeah, it's part of the reason I like that aspect in my relationships. Nothing left to chance.
By the way, have you seen my daddy tattoo under my tit?
This is probably the first time she'd suggested, or at least implied, or at the very least inferred, that that was one of the things she was into. But anyway, we move on. We went inside her house, and she mentioned she had joined an online group to try to learn more and explore that realm, and told me more about some of the virtual classes she had joined in on. Virtual classes, fuck me. This was the point where I should have changed the subject and chosen to go on in blissful ignorance. The things she was describing sound too familiar to the group I was in, and I couldn't just let it be. When I arrived home, I remembered a handful of new members had recently been invited into the closed group and scanned the new member list, and then I saw it. My mum 360. My mum 420. A name she uses for everything. Her memoji as her profile picture. And an introduction to the group describing herself as a lady in the streets. Self-identifying as redacted. NSFW photo included. And the next thing I saw was her boyfriend describing his interests, including Daddy Dom, with accompanying pictures. I was on the phone with my partner when I discovered all of these things. Misery loves company, I guess. He, too, was mortified to learn we shared the internet safe space with my mum and her partner. I immediately texted my siblings and friends to say goodbye, and I shot myself in the head. I'm writing this from you to you from heaven. No. I immediately texted my siblings and friends to say goodbye, and that I would be walking into the nearest lake. Oh, brilliantly, she does do that joke! No further explanation, and that I love them all. I'm not exactly sure how to move forward in my life, and now tarnished with this information, but I'm certainly considering a large rib tattoo cover-up and plucking my eyes out of my head and washing them in ice water. TLDR, thank God, I found my mum and her boyfriend joined the online kink group I'm in, and I'm now on witness protection program from my family.
I mean, would the ice water really make any difference to her eyes? It would just freshen them up before she puts them back in, surely.
I mean,
like bleach is the usual line.
Yes.
Ice water, it's not going to help you unsee anything.
I thought this was true, but there is aspect. I mean, I think it's got fewer aspects to make it fake than the others. But
it doesn't seem there's no real thing where people would go, oh yeah, that's so cool that you've got so many dildos and all that kind of like.
They're not overplaying it.
Yeah. There's no hook. Like, what purpose would there be in fakery?
The fake ones are super fake. They normally have a contrived punchline that they are working towards. Like, here's my super contrived punchline.
Some kind of extreme shot.
And I've got to get there extremely. This one has a normal punchline and a normal way of getting there.
And actually isn't really that bad.
And yeah, it's pretty straightforward. So.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Well,
So, what do you think of that?
I mean, I don't know what her problem is really.
Yeah.
She's been living with her mum, as it were, who's a super chilled out, boundaryless, loosey goosey kind of hippie-ish, cool mum for ages, and now is the time when she gets weirded out by it. Like, I don't understand, but I'm eating a chip.
The biggest question I have coming out of that is, how does a virtual Dom sub meeting work?
Yeah, I don't know that either.
What do you do virtually that doesn't completely ruin any
How can you virtually do any of
fun
that?
of it?
I don't
Right.
understand.
Do you talk about it?
Maybe we should go on
Like,
it.
oh, Jeffrey, where did you get your paddle from? Here's the link, thanks.
I bet that would hurt. It will hurt. Well, if I did it, it would hurt. I'm telling you it would hurt. But would it hurt too much? Well, maybe it would hurt a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much does it hurt? Well,
Is 1 bad or 10 bad? Oh, you ruined this.
Pain's different for everyone, isn't it? So I can't really tell you how much it hurts you because I only know how much it hurts me. So
Hit yourself with the paddle and tell me out of 10.
yeah,
A 5. Well, that doesn't help anyone.
no, yeah.
I'd take Gandalf's advice with the information she has learned. Keep it secret. Keep it safe. I mean, are there not more of these groups out there? Also, she's like, she only really saw a picture. The picture on it, she saw the picture of her mum. That's quite funny. I mean,
The part of it that makes me think that it's somewhat true, or at least this person is actually into this, is they come up with that obscure line. Like, can I just borrow?
oh yeah,
a second?
I'm just gonna eat a bite.
Like a very. There we go. Can't find it now. But she uses some like buzzwords. Some whatever. What I assume must
the
be.
mum?
No, the op. I'm never going to find it now. This is great content. Thanks, Jez.
It's when she goes on to the and when she gets in the car, I think. Stream of consciousness this bit. Isn't it? When she's
Yeah.
like,
Consent, boundaries, limits, some additional props, and a negotiated power
Yeah, that
exchange,
bit.
which doesn't need hyphenating. That needs a space. So
still hate that you eat cold fast food. It's not super cold, but I quite like it like that. But also, I can't fucking shove it into my mouth really fast while I'm streaming.
Don't forget to pick the safe word. Oh, she's got that tattooed on her. Her safe word is daddy. Oh, show. Yeah.
Daddy can't be the safe word. Daddy's the word you want them to use.
Fuck me, daddy. Oh, sorry, I'll stop. No,
I mean,
no.
Daddy is the word that.
Keep going, daddy. Oh, shit. No. You're
right,
sending me mixed messages here, love. You've got to sort this out. Right. So if you thought that one
You
was...
go ahead with your one while I eat more cold food.
hat. Well, it's a short one, so don't go too balls deep in your burger. Today I fucked up by coming so hard I dislocated my shoulder. What's that? Fake, I hear you cry. About a week ago, I was getting up from playing on the floor with the toddler when I did something to my shoulder. I put my right hand down to lift myself up, but didn't realise there was a piece of paper under my hand, which caused my arm to slip out from underneath me as I was pushing myself up. It was sort of like when you slip on ice or water and do the accidental splits, but with my upper body. It hurt, but I'm hitting middle age and most shit hurts these days for no particular reason. So I took a pain pill and shrugged it off, so to speak, making a mental note to bring it up to my doctor the next time I have a checkup. Today, in a huge non sequitur, I was super horny, so I grabbed my favourite dildo and went to town. I got myself super worked up, and when I came, my whole body clenched up, including my right shoulder. I felt a pop, but it didn't register because I was still coming. But then a nasty aching pain shot down my whole arm and I couldn't move the whole thing. Somehow, by sheer will, I managed to roll over in bed to grab my phone to make an appointment with the orthopedist. And the receptionist told me it sounded like a classic dislocation. TLDR, clenching while coming caused my already weakened shoulder to dislocate, and I really hope the orthopedic doctor doesn't ask a lot of questions.
This is a lie.
Fake.
Super
as
fake.
fuck.
Anytime someone says, I grabbed my dildo and I went to town, is a bit like,
That
and
is
then
the lie.
everyone got up and clapped.
Also, I'm going to have to posit the question.
Mm.
I know it's going to be the question on everybody's lips. But how does one go to town with a dildo when your shoulder is already partially dislocated?
I put it to you! That's an excellent point. That's a lawyer, if ever there was one.
If the dildo doesn't fit,
You
you
must
must acquit.
Oh, shit, son. Oh.
Hello,
Hello,
James.
James.
Welcome in. I hope you caught that line. One of my uni housemates dislocated a guy's hip during sex.
And what's her name?
Yeah. Do you still have her number?
Lost track of what the fuck I was talking about.
Didn't she say the incident happened when it was already the end? Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry I'm late. I've just been in the outdoor hot tub round Tim's. Nice, lovely callback. Hey, listen.
James knows what he's fucking doing.
He does. Hey, no, listen. He might know Tim for all we know. He might really be. Actually, Tim's quite protective. Only his very closest friends can go around there. How was it? Did you enjoy it? Was he there with his wife and his kids? Was it awkward? Or did you just break in?
Well, there's a need to break in, as we established.
As we established. You walk around the back.
Walk around the back, and there it is.
Anything, yeah. This person, do we know if it's male or female?
Well, you'd assume it's a female because dildo, but perhaps that is an assumption that I should not make.
I grabbed my favourite dildo and went to town. That's the line that everyone uses, and it's not true. No. And despite the fact I was injured, I decided to... Maybe she did it with the other hand.
Well, you can't go to town with not your dominant arm. That's not how
it doesn't work.
Like, you go to a small hamlet, perhaps, with your non-throwing arm. Like, thanks, Sir Tom. Managing to be outraged and into this at the same time. If male, that would be tougher on the shoulder. Yeah, you got to reach further. Yeah. No. It's bullshit. It's bullshit.
It's not true.
It's not true. And I will see your bullshit story and raise you this.
Another bullshit story. Let me get my wine. I need it.
You really will. Along the same thing, today I fucked up by accidentally fracturing my boyfriend's penis during sex.
Oh, what? Shut up. How do you fracture it? It's not got a bone in it. Anyway, carry on.
Not my proudest moment, but we've now spent all morning at the hospital. Not the best place in the world to start one's day, but it was a must after our accident today. I'm sitting in the hallway like some great injury occurred, and I'm in an episode of Grey's Anatomy. Only the reason I'm here is because my boyfriend has a wounded penis. That's pretty much Grey's Anatomy, actually. That's the show. Not quite epic enough for TV, I suppose, as I watch someone rush by on an actual gurney.
Really building it up. Like, much like Grey's Anatomy, I felt I was actually... Like, who fucking writes like this?
But, to backtrack. I woke up feeling a little frisky. I don't know why I'm talking like this now.
I like it.
And decided to wake my sleeping boyfriend in a very fun way. With my head under the blankets, I can tell you he was thrilled to wake up that way. Not to get into too much more detail, too late, but after a few minutes, I was riding him.
Not to get into too much more detail, but I will immediately get into more detail.
I don't know how it happened, but I thrust down too hard, and his penis, hit my pubic bone. This tore the outer lining of the penis. I literally heard the crack sound, and he actually screamed.
You didn't hear a crack. You didn't hear a crack.
It was truly awful. Highest pitched scream I've ever heard. Based on his reaction, you would have thought he'd been stabbed. It sounds like the pain level is very similar. Actually, being stabbed provides very little pain.
Tore the outer lining. This sounds like my dad wrote a porno.
I had to help him walk to the car and load him in very carefully before flying to the hospital. She's obviously got a helicopter.
Unbelievable.
I'll save you the details of how quickly his genitals swelled up.
Details aren't big on your agenda anyway, but carry on.
The doctor said that this does happen quite a bit. Actually, sorry. Sick. The doctor says this does happen quite a bit. But it's usually with drunk couples. In this case, my boyfriend's penis just slipped out as I was doing that move where you bounce extra hard. Could have happened to anyone.
Well, it didn't happen to you, because you're lying.
By the way, this isn't a short one. I lied. It's 2 pages.
Oh, okay.
The female nurse...
Wait, how can there be more?
but there is.
Okay, I love it.
Like, wait, let's just read the room.
I don't have a penis, but this is making my penis shrink. My penis is remaining the same size, I must say.
Because it's not true. Fake or not? Opinions in the chat.
Oh.
For £1,000, real or no real?
I'm going to eat some burger.
Fake. True. Thanks, James. Always one. I'm going to assume everyone else said it's fake. Right. So it's already fake. Let's continue. The female nurse asked me what happened, and I told her. And I was taking it very hard that I hurt him. That was part of the problem in the first place. Her response was very matter of fact. It's because he's not very big that he slipped out from that position. You want to stick to more traditional positions if your partner isn't very big. I asked what she meant. She looked around like she was telling me a great secret and leaned in.
No, she didn't.
I was in there with the doctor when she put the stitches in. He's not very big. Fuck off.
Really?
Like,
big ol' lie. Him slipping out wouldn't sandpaper his dick lining off.
no.
No.
No. And also, even if she was in there with the doctor watching his cock being stitched up, it was a flaccid penis.
Yeah.
And
You would not be able
he's
to
just
tell.
received a grievous injury. You can't
I
fucking
put
tell
it
how
to you.
Like, it's fucking...
You have no way of knowing what his tumescent penis would have actually looked like. And therefore, you are talking bollocks.
But still, she persists.
But thankfully, you are talking bollocks within the bounds of a fake story. So, you know, the fake nurse is always going to be telling a lie in a story that is already bullshit.
This is some unprofessed shit. Ha!
But wait,
Please, allow me.
there's more.
If you permit me, I will continue. Again, to recap. He's not very big. Most guys wouldn't have slipped out in that position. It's also the main reason he got hurt. It just wasn't big enough. I almost did the same thing to my ex-boyfriend years ago. It wasn't just his size, though, that made us break up, of course. I was staring at her, almost laughing at this personal sharing from a stranger I just met. No, he was insanely toxic and jealous, but size didn't help. This weirdly did make me feel much better. And we chatted more about it. Yes, of course.
Of course you did. Of course
It makes
you
you
did.
feel much better to know that your boyfriend has got a tiny penis, and that's why you broke him. Not that you're a lying piece of sack shit. Anyway. I told her more about how I love my boyfriend and all the wonderful things about him. This is where business picks up, by the way.
Oh, really? Business is about to pick up.
She recommended something called penis extenders for when we started being intimate again. It almost works like putting a dildo on the top of his penis. It would offer extra protection once we were back at it again. Then you can take it off when he's fully healed. Or not, she said, joking.
This is such bullshit. Why would you want to have sex while you were still injured? If he's not fully healed, he shouldn't be doing anything at all. So what the fuck is that? This is such nonsense.
After she left, I spent some time doing research on them. This would actually be good for him once he recovered as a way to get back into it and give his genitals some more time to recover. Parentheses, side note, anyone reading have experience with these things? Fuck you. Finally, I was able to go in and see him. The doctor told us we would need to abstain from sex for at least 4 weeks. I think this news made my boyfriend more sad than the actual penis damage. Ha ha ha. The doctor told us we were lucky more damage wasn't done. It could have been far worse. Ah, yes, of course, if only he had a 3-inch penis instead of a 4-inch penis. Then it would have been life-threatening.
Oh my god.
added that bit, by the way. But you could see how that would be in there.
Absolutely.
He does have a little splint on his penis that's actually kind of cute. And my boyfriend is appreciating my levity around it.
I'm sure he is.
I think his manhood is wounded. Well, if it wasn't by the breakage, it will be by you emasculating him with a fucking nurse, you twat.
All these things be true if it was real.
As a side note, don't Google penis fractures. Was never going to. It's horrible, awful, and I wouldn't wish it upon my worst male enemy. As opposed to your worst female enemy, who would obviously
Not
really
have a
suffer
penis.
with a fractured penis. We wheelchaired him out to my car and loaded him up. I took him home and gave him some breakfast before making him comfortable on the house. I'm going to Google it. I'll report back. She put him on the house.
What, on the top of the...
I guess so. That's what it says.
On the house?
Making him comfortable on the house. So, fractured penis and all, he's
In
going
the
on the
house.
roof.
Up on the roof.
I have him a kiss.
Man, this person's typing letters that are next
Yeah,
to each
they've already come and they want to finish the story. And headed out to my car to go to work. That's when I realised I was going to have to tell my boss why I called in a panic, taking my boyfriend to the hospital. Be careful out there, ladies and gentlemen. Can happen to anyone. TLDR, went too hard during sex and hurt my boyfriend's pee-pee. No, you didn't. You're a lying sack of shit.
You
This
also
is the
don't call
worst,
it... You don't call it a PP.
the worst fucking possible
This-
lie I've ever heard in
This
my
is
life.
the worst lie.
This is
And
the
should
worst.
I ever...
Fuck you.
Should I ever clip this and put it together and take it to Reddit, I will do so and say, you're a fucking liar and everyone is laughing at you and you're cringe-worthy piece of shit. Fuck your bullshit.
They're not laughing with you. Your
Yes.
story was not funny.
No.
It was bullshit from start to finish. Every aspect of it was nonsense and utterly insulting to both male and female members of the human race everywhere. Go fuck yourself, you lying sack of shit.
Correct. It wasn't even entertaining. If you're going to lie, make an entertaining lie.
She might have hurt his penis. She didn't. The nurse did not say his penis, but it's because his penis was too small. No. No. Nobody would say that. A nurse in this situation would know they would get fired for coming up with this kind of nonsense. Honestly. On the house with the roof man? Yes. In the hot tub that's leaking into Alex's house.
That's what it was.
I feel like I've had something stuck in my throat.
Is it
for
a
very long
no?
time. It might be a bit of nug, yeah. Like causing a little bubble in my throat.
How's the Pepsi?
I have. It's not doing anything. So if my voice has been sounding a little bit different, that's why.
Okay.
Chug it. Chug.
Make sure that I'm sitting on my leg and as usual.
That one riled me up.
I can
That
tell
wasn't
it right
obvious.
up.
I hate egregious lies like that. It's not clear why the pictures are this horrific, but that's a do not Google image for all you lads. Okay, thanks. I had dinner with two vegans at Karis. Hello, Karis. Glad to know you've made it home. We had the plant-based Whopper,
Yes.
which was better than the McPlant, but, in the same scale as human feces is better than dog feces.
So, how are we doing with this and all the various bits and pieces? We've just done
Tifu,
Yes.
and we're about ready to move on to something else. Yeah.
Let's move on to something else.
Okay.
Sit back up and...
It's been a little while, and I think it's time that we drop this segment back in.
Oh, yes.
So in the next segment, get your best thinking ready as we move into haters gonna hate. Oh, bollocks, I turned them off because people were being pricks.
Ah, joke's on you, Jez. I did like the build-up to it. It was beautiful. Do you want to do it again?
Yeah. Right.
What do you want to do now?
I don't know. Maybe this?
Fuck this shit, I'm out. Fuck this shit, I'm out. No thanks.
Fuck you, Tom.
Perfect. A segment where we get into just reading everything now. We get into hating on stuff. Basically.
Yes. So, For this segment, we haven't done it in a little while, so people may have not be familiar with how it works or have forgotten how it works. This is the segment in which you provide us things that we ostensibly like and force us to hate on them. So choose something that you think I might like or Alex might like.
Yeah.
And make us rant on it.
Absolutely.
And I've actually got some for you.
Oh, have you?
Which is kind of why I threw this segment in.
Oh, by the way, Alita,
Like-
if you want to get some more wine, you might want to come and get it.
I don't want to rely on these people, although that is my choice. So I would like you to rant on Pokemon Arceus.
I don't know really how I can rant on that. I've only played a little bit of it, but ultimately, I mean, it's all the same, isn't it? Pokemon, really. I mean, talk about running a franchise into the ground. Pokemon Legends Arceus is just another one in a long line of shit Pokemons. Catching all things, and collecting things has been dull since time began. And Pokemon Company has managed to make it just a little bit more refreshing by colouring things in that you're meant to be actually catching. But ultimately, it's the same joke, and it always fucking has been.
Fuck, it's the wrong pencil.
It's the same game from Shining, Brilliant, Diamond, White, which is a cider, I think.
I was going to say, it's a Dulux colour chart.
You'd think so. Pokemon Red, Pokemon Yellow, Pokemon Leaf, Pokemon Fire.
Got to paint them all.
It's just variations on a theme. And let me tell you, the boring game that is Pokemon Legends Arceus is to be missed immediately. You can just leave that. £50 worth of nonsense. It's the same old shit, just repackaged. Yes, it's a bit 3D, but do you know what? Do you remember when GTA was basically like 3D version of the original GTA? It's exactly the same. We've got the same game, and we want to make a different way of doing it, but that is basically it. Same premise, collect things, take them back. Battle things, take them back. That is it. How can anyone find that shit enjoyable?
Throw them at a tree, pick them back up.
Pick some
again.
stuff, craft some shit, make some stuff, build a potion. They don't die. Make them better. They
Run
just
over a
painted.
prostitute.
All the same. It's the same game. And by the way, it's lame. That was a rhyme, but it was unintentional, but it happened. Anyway, so effectively, it's the same old shit done slightly different. And I don't know how anyone can like that. How can you like the same thing over and over and over again? It's banal. It's drivel. And I would say, don't fucking bother it. Don't fucking bother. What you're talking about? Well, I'll tell you, James. Pokemon. Have you played one of the games? Because if you've played one, you've played them all. That's the point. There's no reason to play Arceus. If you want to, just play one of the old games. It'll be much cheaper than 50 quid for the same game. Mate, mugged you off. They saw you fucking coming. Fuck that shit.
They really did see you coming.
Yeah.
I ain't spending 50 quid on that game.
I know. Thankfully, my work actually paid for it, but there you go.
Good for them. Do they know they paid for it, or is it going to come up on the company credit card later in the month?
They don't know. Plot twist, they're all 50 quid. Actually, mine was 40, but...
Also, if you're going to try and buy one of the older Pokemon games, an actual physical copy of the older Pokemon games, it's going to cost you more than 50 quid because you've got to buy the software and the hardware.
Yeah, I got mine, when I looked it up, the cheapest one online was... that I could get that day, because I got it from Argos, was 40 quid. So I couldn't drive anywhere faster, basically, and get it faster estimates. There might have been for 35 somewhere else, but it didn't matter because I wasn't paying for it. So...
And you just spent £5 on fuel to get to the place far away to buy it.
Yes, yeah, exactly right. Because I didn't go to the nearby Argos because I don't like the way it smells. So...
Is that a genuine complaint?
No, I was just ripping on the fact that you said you took £5 to drive where it was.
All right, fair enough.
It's a very particular hate.
I was like, does it smell? Fair enough. But Arceus's voice sounds so awesome, Brian Blessed. Well, you educated me yesterday that Brian Blessed is Welsh. I didn't know that. If he actually is.
I don't think I educated with that. Was that just mentioned in the stream? Because
yeah, when you were being Brian Blessed.
See, now we've each done a joke that the other one didn't get. Brian Blessed.
Yeah. He's from Yorkshire. Wow, that explains a lot. Why he's so fucking loud for a start.
Yeah, and dull. Oh, Doncaster to be precise. Well,
Don't go to Doncaster. You get stuck in the one-way system for the rest of your fucking
bad
life.
start.
Yes.
Several bottles of wine based on tonight's wine. I can't be able to add it up. Right. £7.50.
There we go. Well, I've accomplished what I wanted to accomplish here tonight. That was masterful.
Was that going to be the one that you?
That was the one that I had.
Fuck arses! I don't even know why anyone will bother with it. Can we hurry this shit up, by the way? Seriously, let's get this fucking shit done.
Yeah, sure. So that concludes that segment. I've got everything I wanted.
You don't want to do another one there? Did you not want? Is there not one for Jez on there? Do you not want to do one?
There isn't one.
Is there not one for you?
No. I mean, Duff did one. Hello, Duff. Hello, Corey.
I did see Duff's. It was stand-up comedians.
Stand-up comedians is more for you. We've done you, and then the fact Sentai changes once a year is very niche, and only he'll get it. So,
Jez hate on Royal Rumble.
Oh, okay, I can hate.
That's quite. I mean, there's probably something you can get in there.
I mean, if there's one concept that has just been driven to death over the years, it's the Royal fucking Rumble. Just give it a rest, come up with a new idea. It's bullshit. Because as a hardcore wrestling fan such as I, the match doesn't even make a whole lot of sense. I tune into wrestling for wrestling matches. I don't tune in for this comedy sideshow of some fucking dickhead being thrown over the top rope, okay? And not only that, I'm really looking for the kind of one-on-one kind of action. Maybe a bit of a three-way.
Yes.
I'm partial to a bit of a three-way, but at a push, a foursome in the ring is kind of what I'm going for. But 30 just seems excessive.
It does.
It's it's really something you're gonna end up with. Your fractured penis, as we discussed earlier. 30 is really going to cause you some fractured penis problem. So I'm not down with the number of people in the match.
No.
I'm not really down with the not pinning people and the throwing people over the top rope. And I'm really kind of sick of the way that it's all thrown together from random people that you really don't want to see.
Yeah.
Especially this year, the Women's Royal Rumble was just a sad nostalgia act. It was bring out the oldies. Oh no, they're not available. They're not. That person's not available.
That person's dead.
Okay, right. Well, who can we get? Summer Rae, really?
Ivory.
Ivory was good. Shut your fucking mouth. Summer Rae, really? Like, we're scraping the barrel here, and you're scraping the barrel on a presentation event that's supposed to be an enjoyable thing for an hour, but instead I've got to see Summer Rae pretending that she's pissed off. So it's bullshit. I'm done with the Royal Rumble. It's fucking shit. Enough of it.
Summer Rae, isn't that a band that did Every Morning There's a Halo Hanging from that song? I think that's right. Yes, you're absolutely right about everything you said about Royal Rumble.
Hashtag Jess's porn habit.
That's Sugar Ray.
Off of Leonard's.
Right.
He likes doing that, doesn't he?
And that's a tune, though. That is a tune, though.
That's X off of Y.
X off of Y.
Super Scuffle is better anyway. Well, certainly got the better entrance. Has to be said.
It's got some... Yeah, it's got...
No better an outcome, let me tell you. But definitely a better entrant.
And had some very choice booking decisions.
Yes. Completely deliberate booking. From
Including yourself.
From start to finish.
Wonderful booking. Are you looking forward to Chattermania?
I am looking forward to Chattermania. I'm
The
looking
number
forward
one
to being
contender.
Jersey Two Belts. It's going to be wonderful.
It's amazing. It's so good.
Now, if only we could fix your nephew's dyscalculia before then and work out the difference between 13 and 30, that would be great.
Well, who knows what happened? Sometimes we leave things down to the BCW intern and it doesn't always go the right way. We delegate. Is all I can say. Well, we've hated. I saw some other hating things, but you're going to have to save your hate for another time. I did see Tony's Chocolonely pop up, but we'll have to save your Chocolonely hate for later, I'm afraid, because we're not going to do it now. But it's a good one. So I think it's time, as we approach the 20 to 11 mark, to go into the wonderful segment that we like to call Am I the Asshole?
Am I the asshole? No, it's the children who are wrong.
I was just waiting for another.
Yes, end of stream. Fuck shit, stop. One of these days, I'm just gonna say like, am I the asshole? And you're just gonna hit that fucking button. It's gonna be incredible. P.S. That'll be the 100th. So, if we're in the mood to foreshadow, let me get rid of Tifu. I will also T-screw.
Shit, this is such a waste of my 0 points. It is. It is. You're not getting.
I wish I could give you some, but I can't, and I don't want to. The children are always wrong.
Children are always wrong.
The kids are all right, in the words of The Offspring. No, wait, the kids aren't all right.
Now, let me remind myself. Yeah, you do yours first.
Okay. Am I the arsehole for telling my younger brother to dance naked in front of his door? The fuck? Thank you, Will. Thank you, Will. Thank you. I knew I could rely on you. And thank you for the bits earlier.
It's tradition!
Tradition. Yeah, you may well WTF GTP. Am I the arsehole for telling my younger brother to dance naked in your living room? As Tori Amos once sang.
No, that was Alanis Morissette.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, Gary? I think Gary's gone.
I think Gary's gone too.
GTP! Should say on episode 77, and GTP is redeemed from the sea on 80. 80.
I mean, she's out of the sea. It's just a probation, though.
That's true.
She's what's that called when you come out of prison? She's on parole. There you
Parole.
Go. Sea parole. Other names for bands that sing. Sex on Fire? No, that wasn't
Sex
them.
is on fire. I don't know.
Yeah.
I was looking at the way that I was looking at Togepi in the chat. Lisa Loeb.
Toga.
He says.
Sea
She
Patrol.
says.
No, it's Snow Patrol. Is it Snow Patrol that did Sex on Fire? It's not, is
If
it?
I lay here, it's Kings of Leon. If I just lay here, you can join in. If I just lay here.
It's not Franz Ferdinand. It's not. Who is it then?
Will
Don't tell me what it is.
you
Stop telling me what it isn't, folks. Tell me what it is.
What's your question for real now? Who sings Sex is on Fire?
Yeah,
The Killers.
it's not the Killers either.
It's The Killers, pretty sure. If you run with me and just forget the line.
Is it Kings of Leon? That means he's right. I don't want that.
All I is told.
Let's just say that Goblin Tea Power's right. It's Belle and Sebastian. And we move on.
Belle and Sebastian, brilliant band.
Mm.
No, am I the arsehole question?
It is Kings of Leon. Fuck.
You will, you won't. You do, you don't.
We've got him started.
It's indie night tonight here on Don't Get Me Started,
See, indie's not a thing.
as we have already said. Am I the arsehole for telling my younger brother to dance naked in front of his door? Find out when I read on.
Spoiler alert, title not accurate.
Title is clickbait. I, 23M, was visiting back home and eating with my mother and father with my younger brother. We'll call him Mason, because that's his name. 15M. The entire dinner, they were absolutely ripping on my poor brother, talking about his grades that aren't even that bad. He has a C in Spanish and algebra. And saying he barely leaves his room. They were just overall reminding me why I barely visit my parents. Because they're cunts. Mason claims they give him no privacy and that he savours what little alone time he has in his room, since they barge in regularly, throw his stuff around, and claim his room is dirty. By the way, that sounds so outrageous. Like, what's going on in here? Fucking just throw shit around. This is all dirty. Clean it up, clonk. I mean, seems unreasonable and untrue. But let's continue.
Now, this is Am I the Arsehole? They're all 100% totally true.
My brother was pretty calm about it. Just, he'd been gaslit to shit and didn't give a fuck anymore. He'd given up. Just said he'd like it if they knocked and announced themselves before they threw his shit around.
Mason, it is your parents.
Time for the daily throw shit around. Okay.
Assume the position.
I see you've already put all your stuff on the floor, Mason, in preparation for us to do the same. Pick it up, put it on the shelves. Okay. Anyway, this...
Thank you, Mason. See you tomorrow.
Same time. This is where things get interesting. My father threatens to take his door by daring to ask for some privacy. Take his door? You can take my stuff, but you can never take my door. This is such bullshit. We pay for this house, your room, and all your stuff belongs to me. All your base belong to us. Basically, the same drivel I've dealt with them when living with them. I told my brother to dance naked in front of his empty doorway. If they took his door. Me and my brother laugh, and my father looks like he has steam leaving his ears. My father says, "You're being a bad influence." And I retort by saying, "Yeah, well, so's your mum." It doesn't say that. I retort by saying that giving my brother no privacy is far worse. I think that's quite even-handed when you should just say, "Shut up, you twat. You're making no fucking sense. Literally. Oh my God, you're the fucking worst." And then stunnering him. The reason why I suggested this was because when I was 15 to 16 at the time, so 15 and a half, my parents also took my door. Took my door. Why are you taking the door off the hinges, you dickheads? That's just such a hard and pointless thing to do. It's like, I'll just unscrew it today, Valerie, do you think? Anyway.
Where do they put it?
Just fucking... just up against the... Why would you do it? I fell asleep to y'all ASMR voices. I can do it. I can do it. Mason, get in the jar.
When we're not shouting and ranting. You can't have slept through the Tifus, surely. That was rant mode for show.
The reason why I suggested this was because when I was 15, 16 at the time, my parents also took my door. I resorted to going buck naked anytime I was in the room and putting my clothes on when I left my room out of pettiness. My dad caught me doing a meat cyclone with my junk while in the mirror. And my mum begged him to give me my door back. I'm positive they're afraid my younger brother will mimic what I did, especially after I told him to.
And gave it a cute name like Meat Cyclone.
I understand that I was a bit immature at the time for doing that. By the way, no more immature than your fucking parents, who are adults. And for suggesting it to my brother while at dinner. So I can see how my behaviour can be as arsehole-like and vulgar at worst. So, AITA? Question mark? The answer is no.
It's a very clear no.
No. I mean, this is another case, if it's true, because it does feel a bit like so cut and dried that it's to be bullshit and you wouldn't believe it. But we have had several where the parents are like, I'm a cunt to my child and I think it's fine. So, I don't know, but...
I am waiting for the oughta from the dad's perspective.
Yeah, because we got one last time, didn't we?
My son!
You know, my son is totally reasonable. And we at all opportunities give him shit, gaslight the shit out of him, and make sure he's psychologically damaged, because that's what we should do. And then on top of that,
3 p.m. each day, we storm into his room, fuck his shit up, and walk out again.
Complain it's on the floor. Like, this is what happens in prison, right? You go into
Yeah.
the guards will go in and go, inspection? It's like, your stuff's on the floor, I see. No, officer, it's not. It is now. And like, that sort of level of shit is what happens in prison, not in a loving family. Maybe you saw it on Oz.
Do you have something to say about that, prisoner? No, sir.
No, sir.
What was that? Month in the tank.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
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 We wouldn't last 1 minute in prison.
And he responds with a meat cyclone. Am I the arsehole? Now, when you hear the term meat cyclone in this context, what do you believe is happening?
I believe he's helicoptering his penis.
Yes, good. That's where I went to, which is a hilarious visual to his parents just casually sauntering past his room, walks past the room, stops, does a take. Yeah, that is what...
I have to say that, meat cyclone is a fun way of putting it. Maybe that's what they call it in America. But, yes, the helicopter.
I mean, I can't say it's something I've ever attempted.
I can't attempt it. I'd knock myself out.
Yet. Like, is it a hands-free maneuver?
Oh, you better believe it is.
Is it
Oh, yeah.
all in the hips? Or...
It's all in the hips. Once you get that going, it's like a hula hoop.
Do you need to...
Try hula hooping whilst helicoptering your dick. And that is an impressive move.
Is that kind of like doing the patting your head and
it is. If you
like
can do that, it's very...
two counter motions at the same time.
Yes, and I've tried it. I did a hula hoop and the helicopter, but it got me kicked out of the hula hoop contest.
And you did the hand on your head and the belly thing all at the same time.
Yes, that is true. So I don't know. I think this is pretty fucking cut and dried. I think we should move on while we still have a stream.
Now, am I the arsehole?
Yes. Fuck shit stop.
Now, due to broken light, I might have put that out of my reach.
Take this broken light
and yeet it in the sea.
Willy dancing.
Okay.
That's what we love. We like a bit of willy dancing.
I put shit everywhere. Am I the arsehole for calling my 5-year-old nephew a dickhead?
Well, it was going to be cunt. Anyway.
I, 20F, want to clarify that I didn't say it to his face. I have never and will never curse in front of a child.
Well.
Also, the names have been changed in the post. She wrote them down, crossed them out, put a new name, sent that in the mail.
Yes. That's what I was thinking.
It's a shit joke.
Yeah, it was what I was thinking. I changed it in the post. I submitted it by deed poll.
My stepbrother, Tim, 31M, has a son.
And a hot tub.
And a hot tub. 5M.
Maybe it is Tim.
And a daughter, Rosie, 3F.
Rosie and Tim?
Rosie and Tim.
It's like fucking
Rosie
Toss
and
TV.
Tim, running along with that dickhead Matt. Rosie and Tim. Rosie and Tim. Where the fuck is
Bob who steers the boat?
Matt and Rosie's mum? Anyway, since Matt's birth, I've babysit for Tim since he and his wife work long hours and only have 1 day a week when they both at home at the same time. I love my nephew and my niece, and during the pandemic I was basically their full-time caretaker since Tim and his wife were essential workers. Other family members would help as well, but I work at an early learning centre and everyone thought that I was the one best suited to take care of the kids. Matt started having a lot of aggressive behaviour at around the age of 3. He would hit other kids, steal toys from them, etc. When it first started, we tried the gentle parenting approach, and Tim and his wife spent more time at home to be more hands-on. However, Matt would still act up, going as far as to hit us when we would tell him no, or starting to throw things. I've worked on this a lot with Matt, and some days are better than others, but there's always something that happens with Matt. The other day, I was watching Matt and Rosie. It's actually Rosie and Jim, but whatever. And it was a bad day for Matt. He just wasn't having it. He had a complaint over everything and a meltdown over every minor inconvenience. He shoved Rosie over some Legos.
I wonder why you highlighted that. Hey, Drawbies.
By the end of the day, I was exhausted and came home to my parents and told them everything. Then I said, "The little dickhead threw a book at me." My mom was shocked and upset that I said that. My stepdad just laughed.
Of course.
My siblings and mom told me that Matt was just a kid.
That's how it starts.
I told them that kids can be dickheads. Breaking news. Kids can be dickheads.
This just in, kids could be dickheads, and often are.
I emphasised... fucking voice, man. I emphasised that I've never raised my voice at Matt or treated him badly. I love him, but I'm convinced he has ODD and I'm not equipped for it. I've talked to Tim and his wife and they think he's just acting like a regular kid having tantrums. I told them that it's not normal for that many tantrums and his aggressive behaviour is not normal. My mom and siblings are now calling me a horrible person and they said they're going to tell Tim and his wife so that I'm not allowed around Matt. I told them, "Go on right ahead."
Do your fucking shit.
And laughed and said, "Let's see one of you try spending a whole day with him." When they told Tim, he just apologised to me for Matt's behaviour and said that they were going to see a therapist on Matt's behaviour next week.
That was it.
My mom is now convinced that I wrongfully made Tim think something is wrong with Matt. Am I the asshole?
You are not. Kids are defo dickheads sometimes.
Absolutely.
I mean, how was Hannah when she was 3?
In
She's
a
4
word,
now, right?
she's 4 now. Yes. In a word, a dickhead. Like, if this guy's the arsehole for calling his kid a dickhead, then
Are you an arsehole?
I'm definitely an arsehole. I have called my child a dickhead a lot because, breaking news, children are dickheads.
This just in.
Again, much like this person, wouldn't call her a dickhead to her face, but behind her back, dickhead.
Hannah is just adorable. See also Hannah. Yes. Well, that's the thing. We've had several like this where someone's looking after someone else and then something happens like this. But I don't know. There's a lot of people who are like, well, you know, it's fine. It's okay. Blah, blah, blah. But, you know. Also, looking into whether he needs extra help while he's younger is great. Yeah. Obviously, you should never be mean to kids, but that doesn't mean they can't have behavioural issues or just be little jerks.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Behavioural issues does not equal dickhead. Dickhead does not equal behavioural issues. No. Kids can just be dickheads because they're kids and they don't act like adults. They have not learned the way through things. It's perfectly reasonable to call them a dickhead in my book.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. And the thing I like about it...
Sorry, I was just looking ahead.
Yes. The thing I like about it, at least, is that when they tried to grass him up for calling the kid a dickhead, they're like, yeah... This kid's dad just apologised and said we're going to get therapy for him. Like, right, well, that's fucked the family's plan up to.
I know, right?
Completely fucked that up. And that doesn't mean they shouldn't see how their behaviour affects other people and have consequences. Exactly. Yeah. I thought we were going to get more resistance on this.
No, I didn't think. Actually, I have to say I didn't think we would.
Yeah. So what you're saying, Letha, is they have to learn chat shit, get banged. Yeah.
Fuck shit, stop.
Because they don't get banged until they're of legal age, hopefully.
They live, they learn. They lose, they learn. They cry, they learn.
You discipline them, they learn from it. They try and push the boundary again. You call them a dickhead behind their back. End of story.
Yes. Classic Tori Amos, thank you very much.
It's actually Alanis Morissette.
Good old Tori. Oh my god, I love that shit so much. I'm so glad Gary came in.
On that note, I think we've pissed off enough people.
I think we really have.
You. So it's time once again to leave you with a question.
Yes.
Have you got that prepared?
Not really. There's no one I was going crazy. We could go to Hash, I guess. I was looking at it. Imi's not on yet, and Hash is on.
And
Hash is doing. I think. I don't know what the fuck he's doing, but he came into me the other day. I think
isn't that much the case with Hash? I don't know what the fuck he's doing.
I think we should go to Hash Champ, basically, when we get the time.
Okay, cool. Well, then stay tuned for a raid of Hash Champ. But I've got to ask you...
Oh, shit. So everything's switching on. I must have accidentally pressed the button. Sorry.
I've got to ask you...
Please do.
What is your favourite Tori Amos line?
I think my favourite Tori Amos line is... Will she go down on you in a theatre?
The answer is no.